If you haven't heard of John Wick, are you living under a rock? After the Matrix franchise, John Wick is Keanu Reeves' most famous work yet. Well, the new movie's coming out soon, and in today's video, we're going over why Keanu has described this one as the hardest one and all the things we know about the movie so far. Let's get right into it. First up, John Wick 4 will be Keanu's longest and hardest movie yet. After 3 grueling movies to prove his love for his dog, if there's one thing John Wick has proved to us, it's that he's just really hard to kill. And on top of that, Keanu Reeves has now told us that the film is just as hard to make. The humble star is coming back a 4th time, with director Chad Stahelski to reprise his role as the master assassin in John Wick Chapter 4. The franchise dropped a trailer for the action-packed film in November.
You're going to die. Maybe not.
And Reeves appeared at the CCXP convention in Brazil to reveal a new poster and preview the movie during a panel at the convention. With the 4th chapter finding the boogeyman hunted by an army of the High Table's super assassins, the action-heavy film will see John Wick really being tested in this one. During a post-panel discussion, Keanu Reeves explained that in terms of shooting the action sequences, John Wick Chapter 4 has proved to be the hardest film he's ever had to make, which is exactly what makes the movie so good. At the CCXP's Thunder stage during the panel discussion, the Matrix actor explained a bit of the plot of the upcoming action thriller. Up next, what makes this film the hardest he's ever had to do? So, he explained that many people are coming for Wick this time, and that the movie includes a lot of scenes that are a lot of fun. While discussing the scope of the action scenes, he revealed that there's a whole sequence revolving around the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, which he described as a fight scene in traffic. We don't know how that's possible, but hey, it's Keanu Reeves we're talking about here. The answer lies in his explanation of the movie itself. Keanu explained that because Wick is going up against the High Table once again, this will see him go up against a boundless number of enemies, so it quite literally is an army of assassins this time. What's more, he explained that for this franchise, it's really about the invention of the scenes and how they choose to do them. If there's anything we've learned from past films, it's that they don't try to make it easy at all. The scenes are always saturated with people, dense music, and action happening simultaneously, so we're guessing the way they do the scenes is with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Moving on, what can we expect from the film? In 2014, when director Chad Stahelski launched the film, nobody expected it to spark up a full-fledged franchise.
Mr. Wick, oh, you shouldn't be here. I was almost up. No, please, there's still time. No, I can't.
Now, 9 years later, we're discussing the release of the 4th installment, still following the story of an assassin who just misses his wife and dog. Let's get into what we can expect from John Wick Chapter 4. First up, when will it be released? Initially, the release date was set to release on the perfect Keanu weekend. John Wick and The Matrix Resurrection were set to release on May 21, 2021. Oh, what a weekend that would have been. Now, obviously, with both movies being extremely demanding, Reeves' training and shooting schedules meant one of them had to be delayed multiple times. The new and final release date for John Wick Chapter 4 is set for March 24, 2023. Let's look at the cast now. We already know that Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Ian McShane, and Lance Reddick will return to the franchise and reprise their roles as John Wick, the Bowery King, Winston, and Sharon, respectively. This time, newcomers Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Scott Adkins, and Hiroyuki Sanada will join them this time. Speaking on his inclusion in the action-packed film, action legend Scott Adkins told Eye to Eye Film about how much he loved the franchise. He also spoke more about the fact that he thinks they're the best in the business. He praised the film and talked about Dan Laustsen's magic as the cinematographer and the sets being used on this one. He described the film as something he's never seen before. For comments like that to be coming from an actor like him, it must really mean we're going to be taken by storm. What's more, the cast will also be joined by Clancy Brown and Rina Sawayama. Coming up next, let's talk more about the plot. This installation of the franchise will see Keanu's next adventure as John Wick picks up right after the events of Parabellum. The last film saw Wick trying to evade death at the hands of the High Table. It's still unclear whether Winston's decision to shoot Wick off the roof was a plot to help his escape, and that's exactly what Chapter 4 will tell us. What we know about this one is that John is working alongside the Bowery King to bring down the High Table finally. The film's official synopsis tells us that the bounty on Wick's head is ever-present and increasing as he takes the fight to the High Table by hunting down the most powerful players across the underworld. This is already exciting as we'll get to see landscapes from many different places with an insight into how the underworld works worldwide. The first trailer for the film shows that Wick will be hunting down and facing an unknown figure who goes by the name of Marquis de de Gramont. This duel will decide whether or not John Wick can exit the assassin underworld for good. While director Chad Stahelski hasn't confirmed this to be the franchise's last film, the information we have now gives the plot an air of finality. Will Keanu be able to walk away with his life, having defeated those who have hunted him, or will he pay the ultimate sacrifice? What has director Chad Stahelski told us about the film? In a conversation with Total Film, Stahelski said that Wick's actions will have consequences this time, and that this is something that the character will realize in the latest installment of the film. He says that John would realize that his actions affect the people he loves, and he'll understand the consequences even though it won't make him change his ways.
You present this to me like an answer.
I still have my ticket.
This element of the character will bring back why the film even began in the first place, deep emotional wounds that John had been trying to heal through revenge. In our opinion, this will be a great revisiting of the fact that this story started in the wake of grief. Stahelski also elaborated more on the globe-trotting element of the film. He explained his excitement and inspiration for taking the film to the Far East. According to him, the film's style will be Asian-focused, which is the basis for its casting and some of the action scenes within the movie. What's most exciting is that he's confirmed that Keanu will come back to play John Wick once again in a spin-off based between Parabellum and Chapter 4, which lead actress Ana de Armas will lead. With that being all we've dug out about John Wick Chapter 4, let's see what the internet has to say about the trailers. Here are the top 4 Twitter reactions to Chapter 4's trailer. Coming in at number 4, people love to revisit the grief. Most of the 2.5 minutes are spent with Wick thinking and talking about his wife. Since we know that this film brings back the element of grief, after having enthralled us with the action part in the last 3, people love it. It's important to note that the Wick series takes place over a couple of weeks following the dog's killing, so it hasn't been that long. Taking the number 3 spot, the movie has the same vibe as The Batman. This year saw the reboot of Batman, played by Robert Pattinson. People have noticed that Chapter 4 has the same dark vibe as the new Batman and feeds off some of the same revenge-based aura of the hero. There's no doubt that the movie will be an emotional roller coaster filled with action, grief, and revenge, just like the DC movie. But there's also something else. Batman had a 3-hour runtime. John Wick's runtime has also increased over the past few films. Can we expect an unusually long movie this time? Securing number 2 is The Villain. As we know, Bill Skarsgård, who's best known for playing Pennywise the Clown from It, is playing a European villain in Chapter 4. Adding his versatility to the roster, it seems like the film is developing a great gallery of adversaries for the master assassin. The villain is feeding off a James Bond villain trope, and people are here for it. Finally, coming in hot at number 1 is the fact that Rina Sawayama is playing Akira. Even though not many details about the character have been revealed, people are extremely excited about the British singer's big screen debut. She is playing the second villain in the movie, just like Ruby Rose did in John Wick 2. Even though everything is speculation because the trailer didn't include any lines by her, Sawayama does look the part and is seen pulling off some jaw-dropping stunts in the trailer. This is where the fan theories kick in though. Her look and the character's name must be an homage to the popular anime character. The internet is also buzzing about the fact that her look bears a stark resemblance to that of Trinity from The Matrix, which unintentionally gives credit to the long-standing theory that John Wick and Neo are part of the same universe. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the trailer? Do you have any fan theories about the film? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.